Welcome to the express demo of Conveyr, and as the name suggests, my goal is to give you a full overview around our platform in as little time as possible. And to be specific, my goal today is to give you everything you need within just 15 to 20 minutes to achieve first successes with Conveyr. It doesn't matter if you want to have more bookings, more time, or increase productivity for yourself or your clients. And I'll show you the entire platform because I often feel like when I look at new software, I don't really know how it works, or I can't imagine what it's really like before I sign up. And my big goal today is for you to have all the knowledge, but also a real idea of what Conveyr can do for you. And that means I'll show you the entire workflow of how to build assistants, how to optimize them, and how to ultimately generate bookings and efficiency for your organization in a very innovative new way. And if you're still wondering what a voice AI assistant is, a voice AI assistant always consists of 3 simple steps. First of all, you have a business line or web page where you would like the calls to originate, maybe ads on channels like Facebook, TikTok, Google, or others, or maybe on a property for sale sign, depending on where your target audience is. And you then send visitors to your assistant. And the assistant has only one specific goal, which is to convert these visitors as effectively as possible into results, either new, highly qualified applicants, bookings, or new potential customers. And if you're wondering why voice AI assistants are so attractive and why so many people out there are using them, it's because it's automated and scalable, right? The goal is always that when we put $1 into the assistant, we get at least $2 back in productivity and savings. And the beauty of it is that it works all the time. So it's like a digital version of yourself working 24/7, where prospects and customers come to you instead of the other way around. And I know really no single company that successfully started a voice AI assistant and then stopped using it, because once the assistant is running, it runs for years, right? So I personally built assistants 6 months ago that we're still using in our business 24/7. And that's exactly what I want to show you and how you can build that exact thing for you. And now if you're still thinking, hey, I don't know if this really works for me, I'll show you a few examples of where this system works during the presentation so you understand that this will also work for you. And if you're saying, yeah, that sounds all great, but I'm not a developer, our big goal when we founded Conveyr AI was to build a tool that's as easy to use as dialing a phone number, right? And maybe you're thinking now, hey, this guy is promising the world, but I'll show you and you'll see for yourself because I'll guide you through the platform. And it's really, really easy. If you can use PowerPoint or Keynote or have ever filled in a form on the internet, you can use Conveyr. A little bit about myself. I'm Eric, head of product at Conveyr, and I'm your host for the next few minutes. So our founders started as a voice over IP software shop and built soft phones and client SDKs for large telecom clients like AT&T, Deutsche Telekom, Cisco, and others. But we had the following problem. When we built soft phones for large companies, it was super complicated, and it took us weeks and many times months, right? Because we developed everything ourselves. And then it didn't really perform well either because we still built classic desktop software until we eventually came across this concept called WebRTC, which worked so well in browsers and mobile. Today, we are using all of our learnings over the last 20 years to create a new offering that combines our knowledge in voice over IP, WebRTC, and AI. We said, all right, we have to build a platform so everyone out there can have fast, simple results. And honestly, that's more true today than ever before, because in the world we live in today, only one thing really matters, and that's results. Everything else is secondary. And what are the results every company needs nowadays? So every company needs new business, right, to grow. Every company needs new appointments for the sales team. And every company needs an email list. Voice assistants can help build an email list. Your phone system can't do that, which we know is the most effective way to keep leads engaged and nurture them through to the purchase decision. Now, before we dive into the platform, I want to show you a post from Sean. He wrote, "Conveyr is seriously impressive. I have tried several generative AI services, and nothing comes close to the way Conveyr handles inbound calls. It has transformed the way I do business. I can't wait until Eric and his team ship what's next in the hopper. This project is definitely one to watch." So thank you, Sean. And I just wanted to show you this here because at the end of the day, that's Conveyr, what Conveyr is about, right? It's a tool that focuses on producing results. And you can sit down and build a complicated IVR phone system with voicemail and then train your front desk staff on your business. But I'll show you that this is no longer necessary, and rather how you can get the best conversions possible with a tool like Conveyr. So let's dive in. I want to briefly show you the platform because this is exactly the process you would go through. First, we need to choose the right assistant for you. Then, through the dashboard editor, we'll customize the assistant. We'll integrate your favorite voice character, right? Then you want to select the functions for your assistant like booking or call transfer. Next is phone number selection and deployment. Search for and attribute a number to your liking. Now you can test your assistant by calling the number. Then we need to post the number where clients, customers, and callers will see it. This could be for an ad or a for sale sign. It really depends on the audience you're serving. Next is the analytics and call history where we can see where calls might be falling off and make adjustments. Finally is the CRM integration. And last but not least, I want to show you the dashboard where you can manage all your assistants. So the platform is very, very simple. We'll start with assistants. And the first question you naturally ask yourself is, how do I find an assistant that works in my industry or for my clients? And we thought about this and thought about how we can help you with this. We came up with the idea to provide individual assistant templates. So when you sign up for Conveyr and you create your first assistant, you choose the assistant template that matches with your industry, right? And then we can tweak and tune based on that. For example, virtual receptionist, trades, healthcare, real estate, info line, and many more. And you'll have the perfect assistant template that you can use instantly, which is already pre-populated. We've built over 20 templates, so if you work with those, you already have a super high chance at success. And if you don't see an assistant that fits for your use case, just send us a message and we will get it created for you. And now that you have your template, it's time to move on to the editor, right? And maybe you're saying, hey, I'm not sure if I have the necessary experience to build a successful assistant. And that's exactly why we made the editing experience as simple and as fast as possible. And just take a look at how easy this is, right? We really want you to hit the ground running. So we made it even easier. If you fill out this one form and hit Create Assistant, the assistant is created for you, and you just need to come in and tweak things a little. Grab yourself a number in your local area, maybe choose a different voice if you like, maybe tune the prompt a little with your keywords, etc. For example, you click on the avatar for your assistant, you can easily change it out, you can change the prompt for the assistant in any way you want. It's very flexible. It's a breeze with all the elements in our editor, and then, of course, you can write a lot of prompts for your assistants, right? You can choose to do that, but you can also choose a template and work backwards from there. And all of that without putting much effort into it. Then, of course, you might want to spice up your assistant's voice, right? And that's why we pay thousands a year for licensing, so you can access hundreds of voice characters. It's all right there within Conveyr. And then you also have functions available. And what do I mean by functions? These are all the call elements or building blocks you can use to bring your assistant to life. And what makes Conveyr unique is that you have several interactive components such as appointment booking, call transfers, and more. And why is this so crucial? Traditional IVR or phone menus are just walls of static voice, right? And with these interactive elements, we put the user at the forefront. They can interact with themselves. It's about the user. And that's also the reasons why voice AI assistants convert so well, because you put the user first and they feel understood. Now, of course, you need everything to be 100% on brand for yourself or your customer. And that's also why we made sure that you have maximum design flexibility with things like adding your own prompts. And now the best part is that you can actually personalize the experience for your user to get an even higher success rate. And you can, for example, ask for names, right? So, hey, just ask, hey, what's your name? And then the caller says, hey, my name is Simon. Then the assistant says, hey, great to meet you, Simon. What's your goal on this call? Would you like to know more about our company, or would you like to book an appointment? And that means you can constantly reuse things and reuse the data entered in the assistant throughout the rest of the assistant. So it's a very, very personalized experience for the end caller. Okay, now that you've built your assistant, it's time to integrate it with your favorite tools. And how can you do exactly that? Well, we are working on integrating over 200 integrations, and you will be able to set them up with just a couple of clicks from our integrations tab. Until we have completed this work, we will be happy to integrate your tool for you. Just reach out. And now, most importantly for all the partners out there, turning on the assistant for your customer is as easy as it gets. You just forward their business line to the assistant and boom, you're essentially good to go. You are in control. You can forward it on the weekends and evenings to start. And when the customer is seeing results, you can ramp it up during business hours, right? Cool. Now you have your assistant set up. Now it's time to actually get callers to your assistant. And how do you do that? Well, the first thing you need to know is that you can use Conveyr assistants on all your channels, right? You can create separate assistants for various campaigns. That means Conveyr belongs to you. You're not limited to one medium. You can promote the assistance number via email, Facebook ads, TikTok, LinkedIn, anything out there, or anything that you're most comfortable with. And of course, you might want to be completely white labeled, right? And so you can connect your own domain. This is a bit more involved, but we are open to those conversations as well. Just reach out to us and we can have that conversation. Okay, now to the knowledge-based part, right? Let's assume you're running assistants, but they don't have as much access to your company information that you would like them to. Here's where we add some high octane to your assistants. If we look at the knowledge-based tab, we can see how easy it is to add KB documents. Just add your document and then add the knowledge base to the assistant. You will see that this really works great for educating your assistant on all aspects of your business. Now, let's say that you want more help understanding how to get the most out of your assistant. In that case, you can just book some live training where I'll take you through our learnings and help you with your assistant. You'll never have to worry about making the wrong choice in your assistants. It's a live Q&A and we'll take time to discuss your individual case in depth. And what's left knowing now is how to optimize your assistant once it's launched. And that's why we offer built in-depth analytics features. It basically answers what you need to do to get more results. So you see in Conveyr, an assistant usually consists of several components. And with this, you can also see exactly see where callers are dropping off, right? So for example, you see, hey, they drop off on call setup or halfway through the call, so you can go ahead and optimize assistance there. So once again, also super, super simple. Then of course, you also get tons of insights from the questions you've been asked by customers, right? And with these, you can get a better understanding of your audience. All right, that is the entire dashboard workflow when using Conveyr. It's easier than you thought, right? I hope you like what you're hearing, because if you do, I have an exclusive starter deal for you today. First, you're going to get access to the entire Conveyr platform, the 20 industry optimized templates, an exclusive weekly live training, and open Q&A with me as your host. And you can have all of that completely for free for the next 30 days. You can test and try. And I think there is a very, very low chance that you're not going to be successful with all the assets you're getting today. And afterwards, you can just choose one of our plans to continue like it's clockwork. Now, you can also cancel anytime, so there are really no strings attached. And if you put that into Conveyr at these price points, that's actually a great deal. Because the real question is, what's the return on investment a single assistant can have for your business? And to be frank, we have multiple cases where that number is in high 4 to 5 figures. And with that, you can literally build any type of assistant for any type of use case, for any type of industry, all from one single platform. And now, if you still need help with getting set up or have open questions, you can always reach out to our premium support and get a reply within just 10 minutes. For that, just click on the chat box within the software in the lower right corner. All right, with that being said, I can't wait to see the assistants you'll build. And I really encourage you to grab the offer through the link below. And I'm really, really stoked to welcome you to Conveyr. Thanks again for making time.